hello, hello, hello. I've been waiting. What have I been waiting for? Well, it's the Amazon man. In fact, we can do the live tracking now. Look, he's one stop away. He's one stop away. He's probably going to ring the doorbell now, in a minute, because I'm waiting for some records by some bloke that used to be in Genesis that's out today to be delivered, and I was holding on. I was hoping he'd get a move on, but I'm here now, so that's the way it goes. That's the way it goes, I'm afraid. Brewer, and it chilly. Snow falls on London today. Flurries hit capital and southeast, and they reckon temperatures will fall to -10. I actually looked out of the window at Lock Towers, and I did see a mere little sprinkles. Little sprinkles it was. So yeah, shall we have a look at the? I know he's gonna ring any minute. I know he's gonna ring. Ding dong. I'm gonna go running off. So yeah, have we got any pictures of people in the snow? This is in Queen's Park, North London this morning. She's probably watching Coffee Time on repeat. She's thinking, he's handsome. What a dish. Oh, that's very, very wintry, very, very Christmas card like. Granton-on-Spey in the Scottish Highlands. This is in Gateshead in Tyne and Wear. They went, "Way aye man!" And where's that? Tynemouth, North Tyneside. And there you can see the yellow snow. I'm not going to say it today. I'm fed up with saying it. You never laugh. That was snow in Hartlepool. Stonehenge on Salisbury Plain had a dusting. No, that wasn't the curious white powder all the druids use. This is Detlin in Kent. Colour coats in North Tyneside. Again, another person who's watched Coffee Time and knows to clear all their windows because they could get their collars felt by the long arm of the law. And that's the Penshaw Monument near Sunderland. And of course, the Angel of the North in Gateshead. And there's a Ryanair plane in Edinburgh being de-iced. We've got loads of these. We could carry on all day. And oh, look at that. Brr. Don't it make you wish for the warm weather to come back? So there you go. Got the Royal Racists row. This again, I don't normally do royal news, but this is so pathetically funny. Omid Scobie? Sounds like a TikToker name, doesn't it? Or something you might get. Tropical disease. Went down with a bad case of Omid Scobie. Oh, well, anyway, he's written books about the royal family. He's supposed to be in league with Prince Has and that, and he's the one that's kind of pushed this narrative that the royal family are racists, and they asked about the baby's colour and everything, and he was supposed to be getting this new book out, and in the Netherlands they leaked the names of the royal racists, allegedly. Again, it's a load of old flump. That's a bit better. Don't look like Casper the Ghost now. Who is it? King Charles and the other one. Oh, Kate. I had to remember then. Look. Here's a proof that Charles is not a racist. He's saying to Dishy Rishi, "Where do you come from, Sonny?" He's not saying that. So yeah, but it's going to be interesting. I mean, it's really going to be interesting to see if they take an illegal action, because they could if they wanted to, or they should just ignore it and it'll go away. But who's your favourite royal racist? Leave a comment in the box below. Mine is Prince Harry. That time when he dressed as a Nazi at that costume party. That was one of my favourites, that was. Anyway, did you know that rates of heart attack have doubled in a decade? Now, a lot of people are going, well, it's the vaccine, isn't it? It's the vax. All the anti-vaxxers are saying that. Yeah. Oh, it's the vax. Well, I've had the vax, and I'm still here. Just about. Hanging on. Hey, look, my heartbeat on good day is, was it 60 between 61 and 66? Yeah, because I'm chill. I'm almost zen. Because my watch, even now, I'm barely ticking over. I wonder if the Amazon man's coming. Don't know. We'll never know. But no, this is research carried out by Mail Online. They reckon younger age groups, heart attacks have doubled in the last decade, with rates in under 40s as a whole rising by a quarter. Wow. And here is a lovely infographic they've done. And they're blaming it on obesity. Everyone's like fat, you know, and it's all those coffees, you know, and a bun that they have. But I do warn you, I do say don't buy them because they're full of sugar. Look at that. Or it could be the vax. Or it could be vaping, couldn't it? It could be vaping as well, because vaping affects the heart. Or it could be the NOS. Could be the NOS. Or it could be actually the vid itself. But yeah, everyone's going to die of a heart attack. It's going to be great. What else have we got? Oh no, can't do that one. Can't do that one. Yeah, this is not good news. Pontins. On yesterday, the official, now again for those of you who aren't in the UK, Pontins are a chain of like holiday parks. People go there. They're cheap and cheerful, and I mean that in the nicest way. Not for me, because hell is other people. But if you're of restricted means, Pontins and Butlins, that's two names, provide. Wait a minute. Stephen Robertson has spent loads of money buying my CDs. Today is Bandcamp Friday. Bandcamp Friday. If you go to darrenlock.bandcamp.com and use the code 50OFF, you'll get 50% off, because I've got a big box of CDs here. Look, see this big box? I keep tripping over it. See that big box there? Ignore that. Just look at the box. Don't look at that. Look at the box. And I want to get rid of that box of CDs, so go there. Anyway, Pontins released a statement on Facebook on yesterday to let customers know it's shutting its Prestatyn and Canberra Sands location. There's been no explanation of why they've been shut, and they reckon that hundreds of staff have been left jobless and thousands of families have been affected. As you know, they had Christmas breaks lined up at the camps. Here we go. This is Canberra Sands Pontins, and there's no explanation because they've only shut two of them. A former worker wrote there, says the time's come, a sad time but an expected one. Pontins was where my entertainment journey began. It was perfect, no, but created memories I'll never forget. Once a blue, always a blue, referring to Blue Coat, I believe. But yeah, it's kind of curious. Pontins at the moment is owned by Britannia Hotels, which earlier this year was voted the UK's worst hotel chain for the 11th year in a row by Which magazine. Oh, this isn't going good. But it's not currently known why Britannia have chosen to close down the two locations, given that the company posted record profits earlier in the year. It posted pre-tax profits of £33.3 million for the 12 months to 31st of March 2022, after falling to a loss of £9.5 million the prior year. So business is good for them. So who knows? Who knows why they've closed? There's again, it's a big mystery. It's a big mystery. Meanwhile, we're going to Russia, and this is the Rostov region which borders Ukraine. We'll file this one under "You couldn't make it up." Apparently, the Russian army lost 12 elite Marines when they cooked food on an open fire next to a live ammunition dump. Yeah, I'm not joking. Yeah, so they lost 12 Marines and 8 more were wounded. And apparently, Putin's regime have tried to cover it up. 8 Marines from the 155th Separate Guards Marine Brigade, based in Vladivostok, were killed on the spot. 4 more died in hospital. This was the News 166 outlet in Rostov reported. And 20 people from the brigade lit a fire next to stocks of ammunition during their lunch break. An RP-7 grenade launcher shell rolled into the fire and exploded. And all I can say is, lads, your lunch is ready. Frying tonight. They're not very smart, are they? Not very smart. Got the COP28 summit, and that's where that's on at the moment. Dishy is there, and that's what that picture of Charlie came from. He was talking to him about pollution. And he said, "Have you spoken to a tree lately?" Because he used to like talking to plants, didn't he? He did. This is court news. Right, millionaire neighbours, right? They live in Holland Park in West London. This building, where is it? I've got a picture of it. It's here in Holland Park. They went to court to fight an architect, a designer architect who wanted to build this, and which they describe it as turn it into a glowing glass box. Okay. Well, anyway, the neighbours, group of them, took the architect to court. Sophie Hicks. Right. The battle lasted 8 years because you wanted to build an ultra modern house extension next to theirs, and the group won its case against Miss Hicks in 2021. And the only downside to this is that the legal bill was added to the service charge amongst the apartment owners because they were leasehold. Oh, I forgot to shut the curtain again because they were leaseholders. So yeah, these people who have these leasehold flats, they thought because there's a lot going on here. I've got to explain it for the slow of mind out there, or those who might be munching on their sausage sandwich rather loudly. Looking at you, Mrs. The legal bill is shared between them, right? And it's been added to the service charge. Now, the bill was £2 million, and each flat owner has to facing a fee of £430,000. Investment banker Andrew Dell and his company director wife Jennifer clashed with fellow residents after refusing to pay the fee, arguing they'd stopped supporting the fight with Miss Hicks in 2014. The couple are now battling to avoid paying the bill at the Court of Appeal. So yeah, it's all that now they're fighting against each other. That's eye-watering amount though. A previous tribunal ruled in Mr. and Mrs. Dell's favour last year, but the building's management company is appealing in a bid to get the ruling but they've got to be legitimately charged for this dispute. My goodness. Yeah, they won their victory in 2021 when Judge Mark Pellin found that they could reasonably object to the glowing glass box design entrance hall, as well as the extension that was going to go at the back of the house, which was going to extend further than their own properties. However, the group was left facing more than 2 million costs after Miss Hicks was ordered to pay only a fraction of their £2.7 million bill. Wait a minute, that doesn't seem fair. They win and they've got to pay their own bill and she gets away with it. That doesn't make sense. I think, you see, they've got it wrong. They should be taking her to court to get the rest of. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Pierce has just spent a load of money. You better get over to that website. 50% off, guys. 50% off. All the CDs are going to be sold out if you don't get there quick. All the CDs. Everyone must go. Daddy's got to buy a new guitar. But yeah, so there we go. The case continues at the Court of Appeal. What else have we got? Oh, that's not good. Okay, how about something from the world of stupid? Do you wish to be like me? Like perpetually young? Doesn't it look like I've supped from the fountain of youth? Yeah. I'm only 21, you know. I'm only 21. But yeah, we're going to talk about beauty influencer Isabel Lux from New York, right? She has 500,000 followers on TikTok. I can't think why. Here she is. And she reckons she stopped the flow of time. How? Because she tapes her nose up every night when she goes to bed. And apparently, it's the equivalent of having like a mini nose job. I mean, I don't know, I think it's just stupid, isn't it, really? Nose taping is common practice in rhinoplasty, you know, real nose surgery, but there's little effectiveness without actually having the surgery. So, but she reckons it expands the nostrils, and you know, and yeah, and again, people have called her out and said, "You're an idiot." Let's have a look. See, there we go. I refuse to believe this does anything. And of course, there's always one at the end who says, "I'll have to try it." Imagine forgetting you've got it on and leaving the house with a load of tape over your face. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. It wasn't the Amazon man. That was Royal Mail. Wait a minute. I'm going to shut the curtain. Shut the curtain while I can. So I'm going to have a look what this is. Oh, I was waiting for this. This is Sveinberg Cardiff. There we go. An NPR Tiny Desk concert. Well, I already watched it, but they brought out the vinyls, so that'll be nice. I do enjoy them. They're very good. I wonder where my Amazon man's gone. He was only one stop away. Is he? He's gonna knock again, and then I'm gonna be cream crackered. Oh no, this is delivered. Oh, she must have bumped into him on the way in. Oh, thank God for that. Oh, I thought I was going to be done for. What else have we got? That's not a good one. Ah, John Byrne, the playwright, has died. He's probably most famous for writing the TV show Tutti Frutti back in the 1980s that starred Robbie Coltrane and Emma Thompson. Do you remember that? Sorry, I've just noticed him. So here he is. I remember enjoying Tutti Frutti greatly back in the day. And he is also the father to two of Tilda Swinton's children. He died at the age of 83. It's not bad going, is it? Not bad going. That's not a good one. Oh God, it's just... Here we go. Kind of animal news. Why a dog is your brain's best friend. I like it. Scientists in Japan have found that owning a dog of any breed, but not a cat. No cats. No cats. Make it a bit brighter. That's just a little bit brighter. Reduces the risk of older people getting dementia by 40%. Wow. And this is compared to those without. Because having a dog increases the likelihood of you getting out of the house. Yeah. Get a border collie. Jesus, it's like being tied to a rocket. Which leads to more interactions with other humans. Are you kidding? I run in the other direction. And my dog doesn't like other dogs. So, you know, because it's only other dog walkers you see. You don't see anyone else. Because nobody else walks, they'll get in their car. And that, apparently, if you're talking to other humans, exercises the brain. I'll tell you what exercises the brain. Trying to avoid squirrels, traffic, you know, stopping your dog running head first into the traffic because she's obsessed by speeding cars. Quite mad. All border collies are mad. So there you go. It has a suppressive effect on development of the debilitating condition. And it's a lovely picture. This is a lovely stock image here of man and his best friend. I like that. I like that. So there you go. But don't have a cat. The new study was led by researchers at the Tokyo Metropolitan Institute of Gerontology in Japan, and said it's the first study to show that dog ownership protects against dementia. In the paper, they say dog owners with an exercise habit and no social isolation has a significantly lower risk of disabling dementia. Dog care might contribute to the maintenance of physical activity, including having an exercise habit and social participation, even in the face of restrictions to interactions such as those experienced during the COVID-19 pandemic. Exactly, because you know the only people walking were dog walkers. Because if the police were going to stop me, I'm going to say, what do you think I'm doing? Or, are you going to walk my dog for me? That was it. I was already ready for him. So there you go. So get a dog. But then I've been telling you that. Get a dog, but don't go out. No, go out, but get a dog. They recruited 11,194 older adults in Japan between the ages of 65 and 84. And they were all physically and cognitively independent at the start of the study and sent questionnaires to complete about whether they'd owned a cat or dog. They also was asked about any other types of exercise they were engaged in. 4 years later, their health was assessed, including the development of any dementia conditions. For the entire sample, researchers worked out the odds ratio, and after adjusting for background factors, the odds ratio was 0.6 for dog owners, but much higher, 0.98 for cat owners, and 1 for those who did not own dogs or cats. So there you go, folks. There you go. It's scientifically proven dogs are good for you. But then we knew that, didn't we? You knew that. Everybody knows that. That's why we do animal stories on here, to cheer everyone up, because animals are good for you. Absolutely. What else have we got? Have we got any other stories? Got lots more royal news about the fallout from that book. Okay, more from the world of the bizarre. This is the story of Danielle Carr-Gom. Here she is. And unfortunately, she was 71 when she died at Cleve House in Send, in Wiltshire. Is there a picture of the place? Here we go. Here. She was attending a, well, I don't know what you call it, a therapy event, right? Hosted by Hong Chi Zhao, right? This chap here. And he was charged with manslaughter by gross negligence, right? He's been charged this very week. Zhao is a self-styled Chinese healer from Beijing, and he runs workshops at the cost of 750 quid. Now, Danielle was a diabetic, and she went to one of these therapy sessions, these therapy workshops, right, in the hope of managing her condition. And this is way back in the 20th of October 2016. That's when she died, right? Now, this therapy is called Paida Leijin therapy, probably mangled that, and it sees the patients being slapped or slapping themselves repeatedly, right? And apparently she died viewing it. But the guru spoken up says that he believes that the toxins causing illness can be eradicated by repeatedly slapping and painfully stretching on a bench. And it also involves fasting for days on end, which isn't good if you are a diabetic. The Wiltshire Retreat, which also hosts weddings, Christmas parties and corporate events, and bar mitzvahs, was the second run by Mrs. Zhao, and Mrs. Carr-Gom attended, according to a detailed blog she wrote in August that year about her battle with diabetes. She went to one in Bulgaria, where she owned a home, and she wrote that at the end of the first slapping session, large areas of my body were bruised and blue, indicating that a lot of Sha, or poison blood and toxins, have been released. No, you were bruised, you plum. Yeah, so for the next 2 days she decided to stop taking her insulin. You need to take that to keep your diabetes levels. If you're type 1, type 2, I just have to kind of look out for what I eat and take my tablets. And after discovering her blood glucose readings were sky, she resumed her insulin injections. Undeterred, she wrote, "I hope that the second and perhaps third group workshop will help me heal completely." So she's under misbelief that this therapy was going to heal her of type 1 diabetes. Wow. But yeah, it's resulted with the police finally charging Hong Chi Zhao of Cloudbreak, California, with her manslaughter by gross negligence. What a strange story. And we'll have to keep our eyes out for that one to see if it resolves itself. I don't know how. I mean, again, if she wasn't taking her insulin, I don't know how that's going to fare when it comes to court, you know? Did he advise her to do that? Maybe that's the thrust. Meanwhile, we're going back to do you remember the mummified aliens in Peru? Do you remember? New analysis. Who did this new analysis, right? Let's see, these are the so-called aliens. Do you remember? They look like they were made out of paper mache, or you know. Well, anyway, a new analysis of their DNA claim that the corpses aren't real. No, they are real. I said they're not real. They claims that they're all real. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. They reckon that 30% of the DNA taken is hybrid and are not human. Ooh. Yeah, all right. Okay. Meanwhile, school news. Natalie White has accused her 12-year-old daughter's school of discrimination, right? Because she was accused of wearing makeup. Yeah. Thing is, though, her daughter Bella Granata was issued with detention and behaviour points when they spotted that her hands were a different colour to her face, I guess. This is at Whitworth Community High School in Whitworth, near Rossendale, Lancashire. And Natalie believes her daughter's being discriminated against because a 12-year-old is mad about dance and takes part in competitions, here she is, and wears fake tan to take part, as is the thing when if you watch Strictly Come Dancing. It's all teeth and tan, isn't it? And of course, doesn't always come off in the bath. Bella, a pupil in Year 7, was left upset and confused by the reaction. And Natalie said the principal stepped in with an attempt to resolve the issue. So yeah, this is the school in question. Again, I mean, she wasn't wearing makeup. It was just a little bit of fake slap, a little bit of fake tan. A spokesman for Whitworth Community High School said the use of fake tan is not allowed in school, as per our school uniform policy. We have recently reminded parents of the rules around fake tan and asked that any fake tan applied over the weekend for extracurricular activities washed off before return to school. It doesn't always come off. A student who attends school with fake tan fully applied can receive a sanction in line with our school policies. And letters are issued reminding parents, carers of our policy regarding fake tan. Ah, dear. I think she's been victimised. I don't know. What can you do about it? Oh no, it's refreshed itself. Oh, son of a... Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. I'm going to scroll it back down. Don't worry. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm still good. Meanwhile, you should always wear your seatbelt in a car, right? You're probably thinking, seatbelts. I'm too cool for a seatbelt, right? But this is a seatbelt can save you more than one way. This is a taxi driver. He's 65, and he's in his car, right? When he's attacked, look, he's stabbed by his passenger who's going to try and rob him, and he bites him. Look, oh, and he gets away. But look, watch this again. Oh, the seatbelt stops the knife from penetrating his chest. Can you believe that? Wow. So they really are a lifesaver. Meanwhile, you wouldn't want to be stuck in this traffic. This is great. This is near the Scottish borders. Does it say the A608? And what you're seeing there is one of those turbine blades for a wind turbine being transported. Imagine being stuck behind that. I mean, it looks like it's been photoshopped. That can't be real, can it? But yeah, they've been moving very slowly near the road near Harwich, up on the Scottish borders there. Oh, blimey. It measures 212 foot in length. And it's going to be attached to a turbine. Of course it is. What else have we got? Oh, we're going to Qantas. Qantas is Australian airline. And the rock band Chimers from Wollongong, so it's an Australian Australian story, were horrified when they were sitting on their plane waiting to depart, when they could see the baggage handlers just throwing their instruments onto the plane, just throwing them around there, just board a flight to Melbourne. They were. This is, and here are chimers in action. Now, again, it's enough to you'd be sitting there seeing your favourite guitar be walloped along the. It's not good. Just, I wouldn't want to see the humanity of it. But yeah, I don't think anything was damaged, so a bit of a non-story, but there you go. They have rock bands in Australia. Who'd have thought it, eh? Who'd have thought it? I never thought it. Ping. Right, well, we're going to football news now. This is amateur football in Spain. This is a Catalan 4th division match. Yeah, this is. I think this is a fair. This is it's a standard tackle. What's that? Wow! Ow! 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 See, look at that! If takes him out, yeah, they're calling for a lifetime ban. The striker, identified locally as Marc Marquez, is said to have escaped punishment during the game because the ref didn't see him violently assault his opponent. This video's there. Yeah. It's like, come on. It's just not cricket. No, it's football. Meanwhile, let's go to China. Gaming news. This is at the Hennan's Pingdangshan Vocational and Technical College. Right, a Chinese student whose surname was only known as Li was contracted by a Chinese media company to stream games as part of an internship that he needed to use to graduate next June. Right, he was contracted to live stream for 240 hours in just 26 days and upload 15 short clips in order to earn £323. Right? Under the obligation, he's meant to stream for 38.4% of the 26 days he was contracted to do on top of his schoolwork and outside life. So Lee, well, he did this, but then he ended up dying of exhaustion after live streaming for 5 nights in a row. Again, this is what might have happened. See some hands. It's just stock image, but yeah, now I've heard of this before happening in the Far East, South Korea. You know, live streamers and that. It's not known whether his family will take legal action against the company, but his father said the son's school had offered help and legal assistance and he was applying for compensation. The company apparently reportedly offered the family just £555, which they said they did it out of humanitarianism. Jesus. Yeah, this happened on November the 10th. He died, so yeah, just don't do it. Meanwhile, who likes going on planes? I like going on planes, and you might view plane travel a little bit differently now, especially if you're flying in Russia on Pobeda Airlines, right? This happened on a 5-hour flight from Antalya to Vnukovo Airport in the Russian capital. And apparently, again, a woman named Valeria was arrested. Right? She was arrested. What did she do? Well, she was detained. Should I pull the pictures up first? Yeah, because they've been censored. They've kind of been censored, I guess, for her protection. I guess. Well, So something for the dads, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. What does she do, Darren? You're stringing us along. What does she do? Here she is again. Well, apparently, on this 5-hour flight. Oh, it is actually an uncensored picture. Here she is. This is Valeria. You might want to keep your eye out for her, because on this 5-hour flight, she aggressively gave oral sex to the male passenger next to her, even though he begged her, no, please stop, please stop. And eventually he stopped resisting. And she was arrested and escorted off the jet to cheers from fellow travellers when they landed. So she pulled down his trousers and committed violent acts of a sexual nature. And it said later he stopped resisting. What can you say? There's only two things I can't resist: a cup of tea and a blowjob, isn't it? Now, if I had a cup of tea afterwards, I'd say that was the perfect flight. But there you go. So what a bizarre story. Keep your eye out for Valeria, because she's going to make your plane journey past that a little bit easier. Oh man, we're doing a long one today because Mrs. wasn't here yesterday. Meanwhile, Vietnamese man, he was going, oh God, I keep getting these blinding headaches. He couldn't eat. Oh, I keep getting these blinding headaches. So they scanned him, right? They did one of those MRI, fancy scans. It was done at the Cuba Friendship Hospital in Dong Hoi, in Quang Binh province. Right. When they did this, they found that he had something lodged in his head. Right. The CT scan revealed that he had something hiding in his head. He was getting severe headaches and fluid discharge. And when they investigated further, they removed 2 chopsticks. Apparently, 5 months earlier, he'd got into a drunken fight and someone had rammed chopsticks into his face, and he was too pissed to notice. Now that's having a good night. That's having a good night, isn't it? Yeah. Meanwhile, Phil Collins news. We're going back to his crazy ex-wife Oriane CV. Do you remember? Well, do you remember issues with him? Poor old Phil. Look at him. He's thinking, please get me out of here. That's the wrong show, isn't it? But yeah, she is putting loads of his stuff up for auction. £4 million of gear, including Phil's piano. And I think there might be some stuff. What's that there? But yeah, I reckon the piano alone could fetch in the region of 50 to 100,000 pounds. Who knows what hits were written on that piano? And it's scheduled for the 6th of December. Right. Includes Chanel clothing, a large selection of jewellery, and Phil's piano. And apparently Phil used it to teach his son Nicholas how to play. So yeah, if you're a Phil Collins fan, you might want the piano. Or there's this. This is a jukebox. Or what? It's a jukebox. It says Phil Collins manager. Would that be Tony Smith? Yeah, well, it's a jukebox. So yeah, fancy some of that? I mean, that story never ends, does it? Never ends. That never ends. Okay, so shall we stop? Okay then. Let's end in some funny pictures of dogs. They've collated it. Poor Panda collated it, right? And Daily Mail stolen it. And I'm just riffing on it. Now this is something that we fear. Dog interrupts monopoly. And he's even got the money. He seems to have grabbed some of the cash too. He's managed to sit and lay at the same time. That's pretty skillful. That's pretty skillful. He's copying that meme on the internet of the little girl in the house on fire. I like that. And these two crazy. Border collies by any chance? That one's definitely crazy. Oh, look at that. He's feeling tired. Look. Whereas he's all happy and excitable. Oh. Laser firing. What? He bit the end of his owner's lightsaber, who her missus, and it looked like he was firing laser beams out of his mouth. I like that one. A head massager. Ah, we was talking about these the other day. Verity saw one of these, and she didn't understand what I said. It's a scalp massager, and that dog, he's loving it. Oh, I look at him. He's like he's from the 1980s, isn't he? After a trip to the groomers, and that husky just wants to. He doesn't want to pull the cart anymore. He wants just to roll in the snow, and he's got all the balls. Layla, if you saw that, she'd be very jealous, and we'll end it there. She's not in the room, so she hasn't seen it. Anyway, that's the news. And let's see if there's anybody in. 11 people in. Crikey, it's almost a party, that is. Dusty says, what happened to your I Believe in Father Progress video? Will it be back for Christmas? I shall upload it this very day, seeing as you've asked for it. Harry's in. All right, Harry's a star. Harry plays the music. He did the Wetton tribute. Go and check Harry. He's important. Don't follow me, follow him. Luke says, afternoon, just took my stock of the PG LPs. Which mix do you recommend listen to first? What, you want to know what my favourite one is? I do have a favourite one, because that's turned out to be my most listened to album of the year so far, because I've listened to the tracks over and over and over again, and I've actually, the penny dropped yesterday, I found the ultimate version. And any version that you like is wrong, but you have to wait to the review. Because the missus, I think the missus took delivery of mine just then, so I'm going to listen to the surroundy soundy version. Like you, I made a point not to listen to any of the releases until the whole project was released. I listened to bits and bobs of it. I stopped, and then I listened to like the last section altogether. You know, the last few tracks, the last block. So kind of did it in two halves. Simon says, good day. Japan is leading the way in researching dementia. They have the largest Asian population in the world. Exactly. And that's why they're all going to have dogs. Oh, someone's at the door. Might be a moment. Tyler, hi. Shush. Get out. Oh, sorry about that. And this is something for guitars. This is boring. What is this, Darren? Oh no, that's something else. It's not. Oh, I was expecting something from a guitar. Oh, it doesn't matter. And oh, what's that? Oh, that's important. Anyway, where's that? Do share your new record, Nordic artist. Yeah, I've covered them in the past. I did a review. And the album's very good. Alex says, that little dog looked like Phil Oakey with that hair. Don't you want me, baby? And with that, we're going to end it there. Thank you for watching. I will be doing an grand unbobbling of the PG stuff this afternoon, so keep your eye out for that. I shall re-upload Father Progmus, because it took me something like 6 weeks to do all that last year. Doing the music and getting the costumes and setting it all up, and not all at once. It was like bits and bobs, but it took a long time to put together, and I only got something like 400 views, so 500 views I think it was. So yeah, I'll rerun that one again just for the effort. I don't know if I'll be doing anything more this year. Keep says, hello Darren. Kiss last 2 concerts today and tomorrow. Any feelings about Kiss as a band of music? No, because over here we only know them for, God gave rock and roll to you, which was a cover. But, and crazy, 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 crazy nights. That's the only 2 we know, because they never really broke through until the 80s in the UK. And so not really. We did glam better than the US. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. That was the news. Killing the channel, 1 video at a time. You've got to drink it up. Remember, 50 off. DarrenLock.bandcamp.com. Fill your boots. 50 off just for today and maybe a bit of tomorrow because of, you know, time zones. Go. Go. Have a good weekend. Ta-ta. Oh, press the wrong button.